What the? Porsha Williams and Future may have had something going on? Like an affair or something? Child, the messy divorce saga between Porsha Williams and her soon-to-be ex-husband Simon Gorbadia has definitely taken an interesting turn. And Porsha supposedly cheating with Future was not in my bingo card. But did she actually have an affair with Future? Cause why would Simon just randomly throw in Future's name without any receipts to back up the affair allegation? Honestly, I really thought we'd be done with Simon and Porsha by now, but it looks like the divorce proceedings continue to grow heated, with Simon accusing Porsha of ignoring court orders by not submitting necessary documents. In a motion he filed not long ago, he said, to date, the wife has willfully and intentionally violated this court's February 22, 2024 standing order by refusing to turn over her mandatory discovery pursuant to the Fulton County rules. On the other hand, Porsha also demanded that the prenup be enforced and that Simon vacate their $7 million shared mansion, citing the agreement's term that require him to leave the property until the divorce is final, and the judge temporarily awarded her exclusive use of the home. In addition, Porsha also finally gave her reason why she decided to end the marriage on paper, saying that the news reports of Simon's alleged immigration fraud and what appeared to be an imminent threat of deportation were shocking and affected her mental and emotional well-being. She said that none of this information was ever disclosed by Simon to her, despite having previously inquired about his immigration status and criminal history. She also said that since learning of Simon's immigration history and status, she began to question everything that she initially believed to be true as it relates to Simon's character, immigration, business dealings, etc., and began to uncover additional information that Simon failed to disclose to her, and she did not wish to remain married to a stranger. She also alluded to the same thing when she wrote on her Instagram, "Happy Wednesday. If a person concealed criminal past and provided fake identification for a green card, is it still a valid green card in the US? Hashtag inquiring minds." In even more drama, a few weeks ago, we also had Phelan Pena spilling that Simon and Porsha were already dating for a year before they went public with their romance. And interestingly enough, she revealed that Porsha's ex-fiancé, Dennis McKinley, was the one who told her.
Dennis is the one who told me. He was like, he came to me, he apologized.
You know, a lot of the things that have been said haven't been that shocking. But this one about Future, baby, I did not see that coming. Okay, Future came up in Simon's latest demand where he said that Porsha needs to answer 26 questions and she has about a month to pull all her answers together. Apparently, Simon thinks Porsha married him for his money and possibly cheated on him with other men based on the questions he piled on in the documents. Simon asked about Porsha's relationship with other men, and there was a specific question asking her to explain her relationship with a few people, including journalist Kelvin Owusu-Wansah, Dennis McKinley, with whom she shares a daughter Pilar, Jonathan Dupiton, Ming Lee, and Future. Y'all, some of these names had already come up when Simon previously demanded that Porsha keep all evidence, including all communications she had with Kelvin, all messages between her and her sister Lauren Williams, and all messages between her and Karen McKinney. The notice read, Porsha is further notified that a failure to comply with this notice may result in sanctions for any destruction or failures to preserve any such evidence, including, without limitation, adverse inferences against petitioner at trial, sanctions, as well as an award of expenses and attorney fees necessitated by such conduct. At the time, Simon did not specify why he wanted Porsha to keep all the text messages, but now we know it's because he thinks Porsha was cheating on him with all those people. Baby, out of the names that Simon dropped, I know that Porsha and Ming Lee have been friends for years, and they have often been seen together in Atlanta. In fact, Ming Lee's recent birthday message to Porsha on Instagram was affectionate, as she wrote, "Happy birthday at Porsha for real. Thank you for being you. You're a bomb mom, a bomb friend, and one of my favorite people to have random nights of music, dancing, and food. New Orleans." And Porsha responded by saying, "You know I love me some King Ming. Thank you." But what I want to know is whether Simon intentionally intended to out Porsha, cause why would he put in his court documents that he suspected that Porsha and Ming Lee were having an affair? Anyway, in the filing where Simon was asking about the people Porsha possibly hooked up with, he also wanted Porsha to talk about whether or not she felt their prenup was fair. And one of the other questions in there was, what was your understanding of the reasons why your husband paid you a 5-figure monthly allowance during the marriage? He also wanted to know all the details about her comeback to Real Housewives of Atlanta, and he asked to see her communication with the producers so he could know just how much money she was pulling in. Something else is that Simon told Porsha that she is not allowed to film from their marital residence at all. Apparently, Porsha was awarded possession and sole exclusive use of their marital residence, indicating to her that she'd be free to use the marital residence as she pleases, including for filming and production. production purposes. But Simon's legal team came back swinging, demanding the court stay silent on the issue of taping in the house, causing issues for RHOA production. As a result, Porsha said that it was unfair for Simon to prevent her from filming from the residence, arguing that filming her time at home was vital to her ability to sustain her income and employment. She said there was no logical or rational reason why Simon should prevent her from filming activities at their residence. And in addition, Porsha claimed that due to Simon's aggressively litigious behavior, the production company behind RHOA informed her that they would not proceed with filming her for the show. Porsha also explained that she believed Simon would like to shield her from disclosing private information about him while filming, and she contended that she would be willing to refrain from recording the show in areas that are personal to Simon. But when it comes to the mansion, some followers are still struggling to understand why Porsha wants possession of the house, which Simon purchased before their marriage, regardless of any prenuptial agreement. Like, they understand Porsha's perspective, but it's still challenging to reconcile taking ownership of an asset he acquired prior to their union. Anyway, more recently, the two had another spat on social media, and it all started after Simon shared a cryptic comment about angels and witches, saying, "If I didn't allow witches in my life, my angel would not have to work so hard." I mean, he was clearly trying to imply that Porsha is the witch, and she also took to her stories and simply posted ED. Porsha then followed that up by straight up suggesting that Simon has erectile dysfunction by sharing a shady Instagram post that included several ways for men to get help for the condition, and a screenshot of an article that read, "Things you can do to help with erectile dysfunction. 1. Lose weight if you're overweight. 2. Stop smoking. 3. Eat a healthy diet. 4. Exercise daily. 5. Try to reduce stress and anxiety." Porsha also highlighted what a man feels when he has ED, and according to another article, they tend to feel anger, frustration, sadness, or lack confidence. After the IG story post expired, Porsha continued to post about the dysfunction when she shared a selfie wearing a cowboy hat with the caption, "ED #outlaw." Sheesh, a shade. Let's just say that the posts did not sit well with Simon, who fired back at Porsha, and he accused her of using claims of erectile dysfunction as the next narrative with #wife for the streets. He also wrote in the caption suggesting he would sue Porsha. "There are consequences for making inflammatory and defamatory statements. Get your coins together. You're going to need every dime to defend what's coming." A woman that has a history of coming for the manhood of every ex, peddling same old narrative and tricks. Unfortunately, you met the right one. He also captioned another one of his posts, "ED has never felt this good. Let me take my ED self around the world as a single man with no ducks in tow." Honey, at this point, we can just assume that things are about to get messier, and I really can't wait to see how Porsha responds to all these affair allegations, especially the one with Future. But as far as Future is concerned, he is looking forward to his upcoming tour with Metro Boomin, and I doubt he's at all pressed about this whole debacle. In fact, according to insiders close to Porsha, she doesn't even know Future, so it's going to be a little bit hard to explain in court that the nature of her relationship with Future is non-existent. Regardless, we'll see if Porsha has more to say about him and whether or not Simon will be happy with the explanation. But until then, let me know what you think of Simon suggesting that Porsha had an affair with Future. Do you think there's a possibility that she actually hooked up with Future or the other people he mentioned? Drop those thoughts in the comments section below.